My name is John Wallace. I'm the president of the South Beach Youth Football and Cheer Association. And today we're here doing business as the Pop Warner Satellite Beach Seahawks tackle football. So if you're here today and you're here for tackle football to get some information, you've come to the right place. The cheer meeting is about 45 minutes. So we're here to talk about tackle. But the first thing I'd like to do is to just let you know we don't do this alone. All right, we've got a team of board members that help make all this stuff happen. And I'd like to introduce them to you so that you know you have a face with a name in case you need something from this particular board member. So first I've got Scott Anderson. He's our compliance director / registration coordinator. Scott's the one that keeps track of all of our he's the one that keeps track of all of our coaches, their training, their background checks, getting all their volunteer forms in. He's the controller of a lot of information that's important to us as parents to make sure that your kids are with somebody who's had a background check and who's properly authorized and trained to be out there. Next is our merchandise director. This is my wife, Melania. She's in charge of our merchandise. So if you're seeing things on the counter that you like, let her know. If you're looking for things on the counters for our swag for the Seahawks, she's the person to contact. So, Audra, I'm sorry.
I'll come. That's fine.
Audra is our cheer coordinator. So anything cheer related, Audra will help take care of you. Ashley Gaza, she is our scholastics coordinator. So just so you know, if you're new to Pop Warner, and this is our assistant, Bryn Lee. Come on out. So just so you understand, for Pop Warner, we have a scholastic component to Pop Warner. It's not really a component. It's actually one of the main foundations of Pop Warner, one of the big reasons why we actually moved to Pop Warner. So your kids are going to have to turn in a report card at the end of the school year. Make sure you're on focus and you're taking care of making sure that you get a hard copy of the report card. That needs to be turned into your team, to your coach, and to your team mom, and make sure that all gets done. We recognize the kids on the high flyers, and then we also take a focus on our kids who are at the lower end that are struggling with their grades. So Ashley's in charge of all that. So anything you need scholastics wise and grades wise, Ashley. And last but not least, Carly Fields Smith. She is our flag coordinator. So for those of you that enjoyed flag over the winter, Carly's the one that made sure that all that stuff happened. So she has quite a huge undertaking that she does for our league. So big props to Carly. Now, Damon, you ready? I'm ready. Come on over, Damon. So there's a couple board members that are missing. You've got Chip and Kelly Grennan. Kelly is our secretary. Chip is our football director. They're up in Georgia working this weekend. I've got James and Kim Dorsum. Kim is our treasurer and James is our safety coordinator. And Matt Grimison is over coaching somewhere. And then for our web design, Shane, raise your hand. Web design is Shane Sullivan, and then our coaching coordinator for tackle and for tackle and for flag, Damon Puglias is our coaching coordinator.
What's happening? What's up, y'all?
So listen, the reason we're having this meeting, the purpose of this meeting is to let you all know that beachside football is back. And it's coming on strong, right? If anybody saw that Satellite Beach Scorpions football game last night or caught anything on social media, we destroyed Titusville. What was it, 52-0? 56-0. Titusville, I think, got 2 first downs the entire game. It was just amazing to sit there and watch. Of the team that's out there at Satellite High School, I'd say about 75 to 80% are former Seahawk players that are out there just dominating on that football field. And one of the reasons we feel they're dominating is because of the work that we put in the youth program. So the other sort of big thing I want to get across to you is the change in culture. We never had these meetings, right? Nobody that's been around for a while is or somebody that's been around for a little while can say, hey, listen, why are we meeting in May? You know, football season doesn't start till August. This is a change in culture, everybody. This is a change in culture. You cannot wait until August 1st to get ready for a football season. It just doesn't work that way. We have got to be prepared and ready. So what I've done and what Damon has done is this group of coaches only represents a third of the coaches that are ready to go for tackle football. all right? What separates a league that is successful and can go out there and win football games, which is what happened last night, because I'm going to tell you right now, Titusville had way more, I don't know about way more, but they definitely had some talented kids on that side of the ball. And the reason they fell short and the reason they lost 56-0, I'm going to tell you right now, was because of coaching. The lack of coaching on that side of the field was visible, and you saw it. And those kids got beat and humiliated because those coaches weren't prepared. We are not about to let that happen to the Satellite Beach Seahawks anymore. The culture is going to change on the beach, and this is how we're going to start. We're going to start with these guys over here that are ready to coach your kids and get them ready to go out there on the football field. We got four core principles, all right? Leadership, integrity, fortitude, and effort. And we feel that those kids that are out there playing high school football right now have those things instilled in them that allows them to be successful out there on the football field. And that's what these guys are working on. And oh, by the way, they're going to play some football too. But your kids are going to get a lot of support, a lot of education, and a lot of examples of leadership, integrity, fortitude, and effort. I will back any of these guys any day of the week that these guys have character, they have leadership, they have integrity. I know personally every single one of these guys standing here is ready to go for a successful 2019 Pop Warner Tackle football season. So give it up for them. So listen. So what we're going to do right now is Damon is going to divide and conquer. He's going to introduce these coaches and these coaching staffs, and you're going to go with your division with your coaches, and you guys are going to separate so you can hear directly from your coaches. And if you have any specific questions for your team and for your coaches, you can ask them. I got one last thing. For those of you at the 14U, at the 12U, at the 10U, and the Mighty Mite level, here's what I want you to do. Before you leave here today, you make sure that you have Tuesday, October 17th on your calendar as a day you're going to take off of work. Because here's the deal. That's the first round of the playoffs for Pop Warner. And we expect to be every single one of those teams at that first round of the playoffs. So go ahead and take that day off and plan on checking your kids out of school early that day so they can go play some football and win us an ECC championship, all right?
That's right.
So I'll give it over to Damon. Keep videotaping.
Awesome,
Damon.
man. Thanks, John. And just to piggyback on that, I want to thank John. John has done so much as a commissioner for our program. When he took this thing over, it was slim pickings. I'm not gonna lie, it was bare bones. And he's rallied a great board. There's a great support system behind this program now. In addition to the coaches, we have a great board, a very dynamic board. And there's some really exciting decisions being made. We forged an amazing relationship with the high school. To give you an example, last year I coached the what was called JV, which is now U14 team, and went over to Coach Kimmy and I'm like, look, man, I need help. Like, I've never run an offense before. I've really never done some of these things before. He took me under his wing and taught me a spread offense, and it came together pretty quick, and we had a pretty solid season. It was a pretty exciting season for our group. Great group of parents, great group of kids, and we have 14 or 15 of those kids playing JV over there right now, and they walked right in knowing a good portion of his system, and those kids are having a lot of success over there at the high school too. And the goal is to we are that feeder program for the high school, but our goal is to develop our players as football players, so as they go on, they just get better and better, and the key is building their confidence. And there's a lot of philosophy on that. There's the old school way of coaching, then there's the new philosophy on coaching, and I think we've done a really good job of adapting a lot of the new things that are going on from a safety perspective, heads up tackling, heads up blocking. A lot of things are changing with football, and you need to be changing with it, as part of the time. So one thing that I'd like to also mention before I start introducing the coaching is, as excited as we are about this season, we still need some people. We still need some kids to come out. So whatever age group that you're in, that your player is in, reach out to a friend or a couple friends and say, hey, you guys want to come out and play football with us this year? We've got a lot of good stuff going on. We got a lot of good momentum going, and we'd love to have as many kids come out to help them develop their skills. And just, football is if you love it, you love it, and it's a very passionate sport, as you guys know. So we'd love to have you guys help us bring some people out here. So without further ado, I just want to introduce, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce the head coaches and for each age group and have them come up, and then we're going to break off as soon as I'm done, and wherever you're at, go with your coach, and they'll spend some time introducing the other assistant coaches that are coaching with them, and you can ask them questions and we can kind of go from there. So we're going to go youngest to oldest. Louverture, would you please come up here? Lojo. This gentleman right here is, he's the real deal. He's come over to coach with us this year. We are super excited that he's coaching with us. He has a son that's playing Tiny Mite football, and he's kind of been through it all. His oldest son is now at the high school at JV, so he's kind of coming back to do it all over again. He coached with Merritt Island for a long time, and he's had a lot of success. He's also played collegiately, and he's seen it all. So, I mean, we couldn't have a better person developing our youngest age group. So I'm so excited, and Loverture's going to be our Tiny Mite coach. So thank you, sir.
All right.
So our Mighty Mite, Brick, come on up, buddy. So as of right now, we kind of have a tag team right now. I believe it's Brick and Gideon. These guys are going to jump in and get it done for the Mighty Mites. And same thing, Brick will tell you more about himself, but he's played, I believe, collegiately, correct? He's done it all. So we've got some amazing knowledge and talent out here. So thank you, sir. We appreciate everything. Henry, come on up, buddy. So Henry,
Let's give it up for Henry.
Woo! Mr. Shook. So Henry is our 10U. So they changed the Pop Warner format a little bit. So it's called 10U now. So he's our 10U head coach. And Henry's been with us now for a while, for a few years, doing between flag and tackle. And his son Henry Jr. has been doing this for a while. So he's excited to take this role on, and he's going to do a killer job. And Henry will chat with you guys about the 10U program here in a minute.
All right.
Thanks, Henry.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, U12. Come on, Matt. Come on up here. Matt is our head coach for 12U.
Let's give it up, 12U.
Come on, 12U. That's right. So Matt's had some success. Matt won the spring championship last year, I think it was. And he's just such a cool dude, and he's such a...
And undefeated during this spring.
Undefeated during this spring games,
Undefeated
right.
and barely scored upon. So.
That's right. And Matt's a great testament. He's just like the other coaches that you'll see out here. What we're looking for in a coach when we want a head coach is there's certain leadership qualities that we want in these people. And one is cool, calm, and collected, right? Because we know what's going to happen. You're going to get out there, and then you're going to be down by a couple touchdowns, and things are going to start unraveling on the sidelines. And we need that guy that's a leader to corral all the coaches, corral the kids back in, get your head back in the game, and do it the right way. And Matt, he's that guy, and so are the other guys. That's why we chose him as head coaches. And you guys are going to have a great time for your kids playing on Matt's team. So, look at Matt.
Thanks, man. Come on, Shane.
Come up here, Shane.
Yeah.
Come on, Coach. Brandon's good.
Come on,
So
come on.
our head coach for U14 or 14U, Coach Brandon, he's working today, but we are his right-hand man. So we're out here to, I'm going to be one of the offensive coordinators for him, as well as DJ. We're going to tag team that. But Coach Brandon actually coached with us last year for that age group. He was our offensive coordinator, and he's also coaching at Satellite High. So he's moving up the ranks, and that's his goal in life. He's a young man, and he's looking to coach a high school or possibly collegiately one day.
Yeah.
So he's making some great strides. So we'll be handling the 14U. I did coach that team last year as the head coach, and we had a blast. It was a good season. Made the playoffs. We had a lot of fun, and the camaraderie and the parents. It was just such a great experience. It was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had as a coach regarding any team. So, without further ado, I won't keep you any longer. If you guys want to branch out and talk to your coaches, where are we going to set up? Right here. We'll set up right here for
All right,
14U.
so 14U's right here. Yeah, you got it. Got the sheet.